Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for the week of November 27th through December 3rd, 2023. This is a reading if you are a Taurus sun, a Taurus rising, a Taurus moon, or have some other kind of significant Taurus placement. This reading may resonate with you. So if you look at a reading for your sun sign and it doesn't quite resonate, you may want to check out this reading instead. If it applies, then you can do that with any sign. Like, for example, if you're a Taurus sun, but you're a Gemini rising, then you may want to check out Gemini if this doesn't seem to resonate with you, and so on and so forth. Because a lot of times, astrology is not just about your sun sign. Also, it's not just necessarily about this week. I'm doing this for the energies in the week of November 27th to December 3rd, in which case time we're going to be having Mars is moving into Sagittarius as it's done today. And we are now in Sagittarius time period, and we also have a full moon coming up. So there's a lot of strong energies coming up here that have changed. But if you were drawn to this reading and it's not that particular week, then there's a message in here for you. Anyway, I feel like when we're drawn to certain readings, when we see them online, then there's something that's there to tell us that there's some reason that it's being pointed out to us, whether we think it is our guides that are doing it or whether we are doing it ourselves unconsciously. So, okay, so for Taurus, let's start with the first house. Wow, you had the same as Aries here. First house, and just to be clear, if you have not done my readings before, I use the cartouche cards to do these readings, which are an Egyptian system, and I clarify them with tarot, and in this case, I'm going to be using the Tarot Familiars deck this week. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good for you. I'm glad that you've come and that you are watching today. And also, if you would please like and subscribe and leave comments, all of that is helpful in boosting the visibility of this channel, which is still quite new and not very visible at the moment. And if you are returning, welcome back. It's very good to have you back again. And I do definitely know how these readings resonate with you. Okay, so first house, okay, I do this by the 12 houses of astrology, is how I read these, and each position tells me something about what the card means in that position. So we are starting with Aries, and this is about how you present yourself to the world, how others see you. And yeah, just like Aries, I just did their reading, you have Nephthys. So you are discovering things about yourself. There's something that's hidden here, and it's coming with the Tower. So the Tower indicates a moment of crisis, or a moment in which you the Tower usually is shown as a building that's been hit by lightning, and it's like a false structure that has come crumbling down. So any aspect of your identity or how you're presenting yourself, or maybe even beliefs that you've had about things, something's come crumbling down, or it's about to, and you may feel like you're on shaky ground. Something you've always believed is now maybe proving to be false, or maybe you've learned some other kind of a truth, and this perhaps is not something that you've expected. Maybe you're not even sure where to go with this right now. But when the Tower falls, generally we just want to kind of go with that energy, because it will eventually take us into a new place that is truthful where we need to be. So anything that's been false about you, or any false beliefs you've had about yourselves, are about to come crashing down. But don't be afraid of that. This just literally means when the truth is revealed, now you need to learn a new way, but it's the way that you really need to be going. So don't let that scare you. It just simply means that you are now finally opening yourself up to the truth. Second house has to do with your finances. This is the Taurus house, and your possessions and your money. And yeah, you've got the Lotus card with the World. So the Lotus card indicates that you are worried about something, okay? Lotus comes up when we need peace of mind. And with the World indicates something coming to an end. So this is about, and generally the World is about something coming to a satisfactory end, okay? It's not the crashing crisis of the Tower. You may be making a change. Maybe you're ending a job. Maybe you're making some new financial decisions. Maybe you're closing some things out. And you need to not worry about this. Whatever changes are occurring right now are changes that are natural, and you need to look back on what you've accomplished. Don't look back at things and look about maybe failures or things that you perceive as failures. This is saying that you want to look at things from the point of view of accomplishment. Pat yourself on the back for what you've accomplished. Don't beat yourself up perhaps for what you haven't. And whatever's coming to an end for you right now financially is coming to a natural end. So like I said, if you have left a job and you're worried about doing that, this is just saying it's come to a natural end, okay? It's the right time. Third house is Gemini, and this has to do with communications. If you're in your own business, this is the house of self-effort. Can have to do with your siblings. You can see if that applies. But largely, this is a house of messages and communication. And you have the Four of Wands with Sphinx. So Sphinx can indicate something that's hidden, somebody who's not telling you something. Now, the Four of Wands is actually a very good card. Generally, I treat it as the 11-11 card. It's sort of like there's something, you're on the right path towards something. Or again, there's this element of completion, like the world. There's like an initial stage of something that's been completed. But maybe you still don't have enough information about how to move ahead. Maybe there's some information that you're missing, and there may be a reason to wait. Like you're at this point right now of completing something. You need to wait and see what new influence is coming in. Just like here with Nephthys in the first house, whatever has ended, you need to wait and see. There's definitely a sense of waiting on new information or waiting for secrets to be revealed of some kind. Fourth house, this is Cancer energy. This has to do with your home, your family, sometimes with the mother specifically. And yeah, we've got Sirius with the Eight of Swords. So now if this has to do with your physical home, then this could have to do with maybe you've been making repairs on the home. Maybe there's been some difficulties. Maybe you're doing renovations. I don't know. Sirius indicates a lot of usually hard physical labor. It doesn't have to be physical, or innovation, or trying to do something differently in some way. But with the Eight of Swords, I don't know. Sirius is a card of thinking about things differently, thinking outside the box. And with Eight of Swords, it may indicate that you're not thinking outside the box. You are getting caught up in your head, and you're not trying to look at the bigger picture here of something. And this is your house dealing with security. So again, this either has to do with your specific dwelling that you live in, or it has to do with a family situation of some kind. But there's definitely a need here to think outside the box. You may be getting yourself mentally caught in a trap here, and I feel like you need to open your mind a bit. Again, Mars in Sagittarius is very prominent this week, and this definitely indicates a time to, it's Jupiter with Mars, so we need to put our energy and our action into thinking bigger and not just getting ourselves stuck and staying in one place. Fifth house has to do with creativity, love affairs, and potentially children. Again, take it as it resonates. Okay, so we've got Earth with the Five of Wands. So Five of Wands indicates a kind of a struggle with something. I feel like it's a mental struggle here. And 1 + 4 also adds up to 5 here on the Earth card. This may have to do with finances in connection to a creative project, or perhaps in connection to a child. This may indicate a need to keep your feet on the ground with something, or to build something up slowly. But Five of Wands, I don't know. There's a sense that we're struggling with something, and I feel like it's creatively for the most part. I mean, you can decide if it has to do with a child or with a lover or somebody like that, but I feel like you are working on something that is, I don't know, you're feeling, sometimes this has to do with outside competition, sometimes it has to do with quarrels. Nothing terribly serious, but there's definitely a sense that we need to kind of plant our feet on the ground and sow the seeds and move forward slowly towards something. We don't necessarily, we shouldn't let ourselves be rattled by maybe how somebody else did it, or how somebody else is doing something, or even by the criticism of somebody else. I mean, I feel like we need to get clear on what it is that we're doing, and plant our seeds accordingly and wait for them to blossom, okay? Sixth house, this has to do with your health and also with perhaps a work situation or worry. Okay, so we have Seth here, who is the Stormbringer. So for some people, there could be worries about health, there could be worries about a job, or just worry in general, and it's the worry house. But you have it with Osiris, so you may be worried about the stability of something. For some of you, this could be concerns about a father figure. Osiris also has strong Sagittarius energy. But again, I'm seeing it with the Three of Cups, which has to do with celebration, with socializing, with working with a third party in some way. So I don't know whether this has to do with a job, whether this has to do with a worry that you have, a specific worry, or whether this has to do with a health concern. I don't know. I'm not seeing, if it is a health concern, and again, as always, I always say I am not a medical doctor. Do not take any of this as like medical advice. Obviously, if anybody's having an issue, please see a doctor. But this could be saying that maybe you have worries about the stability of your health. but I don't know. There's this element of relaxing and celebrating here. So I generally would have to feel like for a lot of people that things are probably okay. You should rely on your judgment. Again, for certain people, if you're seriously concerned about something, definitely get it checked out. But I feel like, I don't know, there's definitely a strong sense of celebration or bringing a third party in, and it's in a very, very positive sense. There's definitely a sense of either a strong influence here, whether it be you or someone else, who is able to provide information, make you feel in control. Yeah, I just feel like there might be a third party that needs to be brought in here for whatever the concern is right now. Seventh house is Libra energy. This has to do with relationships, whether it be a marriage, a business partnership, usually legalized or long-term committed relationships. Okay, so you've got Scarab with the Five of Cups. And so for some of you, this means a new relationship and thus a need to let go of the past. Stop worrying about what you've lost. Focus on what's new. I feel like you don't want to be in a situation where you're too saying, oh, this new situation is just going to be like the old situation. It's not going to work. Don't think that way. That usually this card shows 3 cups that are spilled and 2 that are standing. It's the 2 that are standing that are important, not the 3 that are spilled. Something totally new is coming in here. So I feel like you need to, and maybe that's where you're conflicted over here. Maybe there's some conflict. Maybe you're trying to keep your feet on the ground, but I don't know. There's something new coming in, and I feel like you don't want to let the past hold you back. Again, we have this element of the number 5. And in fact, in the next house, which is Scorpio energy, which is your house of transformation, we have another number 5. Okay, when 5s come up, big changes are coming. Like this is a time when you need to drop the past. You need to drop attitudes. This card, 5 of Pentacles, is a card of poverty, and it generally indicates that you need to get rid of you need to focus on your strengths, not on your weaknesses. Okay, this is a card of looking at not taking a poverty attitude, not taking a negative attitude towards things. This is the house of other people's money, so maybe there's monies you've expected from another source that you're not getting, or maybe you're worried you're not going to get, because in some decks this is the card of worry. Again, this is an attitude, this is a mental attitude that you want to and again, it may be borne out by certain circumstances where you start to say, oh, anxieties that are very normal. I don't want this to become like a shaming thing, like you shouldn't think this way. But, because there's probably, reasons why we're focused on security. I mean, yeah, we're seeing this 8 of Swords down here in your security house. You may be caught up in your head about something and following an old pattern. But it's time to break that. You've got the Buckle of Isis. Buckle of Isis says your sacrifices and your hard work are going to be rewarded. Something you give up, giving up this poverty attitude, is going to move you ahead, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. So this is definitely about looking at things differently and moving ahead. Okay, 9th house is Sagittarius energy, and this is about long distance travel. It can have to do with higher education if you're in school, or maybe if you're a professor or thinking of going to school, and also with religious institutions or just things that have to do with deeper thinking and learning. Okay, now you have the 9 of Swords with Thoth. Now, Thoth is about, now this is definitely, to me, in the house of higher learning, Thoth definitely has to do with higher learning, okay? Because Thoth is, in fact, the scribe of the Egyptian gods. But with the 9 of Swords, there's worries. So maybe you're worried, if you're in school, maybe you're worried about whether or not you're going to pass something. Maybe you're worried, this is jumping into my head, some people may feel that they're not coming across the right way to somebody. Either they're not going to sound intelligent enough, or they're going to sound too intelligent. I don't know, one way or the other. But 9 of Swords is full of a lot of what ifs. There's a lot of, with your deep thoughts, again, there's this idea, there's this strong sense of worry about something. It could have to do with a long trip too. I mean, it's take it as it resonates. But Thoth here is also a card of divine timing. So again, I'm feeling very strongly here that there's a situation that it's going to happen at the right time. And maybe some of the worries you're having right now are meant to make you think more deeply about something. If you are worried about, passing exams and so forth at school, or have some kind of university connected thing, then this is generally saying this is more in your head. You need to get out of your head and just apply yourself and apply the knowledge that you have, and not drive yourself crazy here. 10th house is Capricorn energy, and you have the Capricorn card here. This has to do with your career, your fame, and your reputation. And you've got the star with Capricorn, okay? So Saturn in dignity in his own house, so that's good. Capricorn is, Ta, which is a Capricorn card, is about hard work. It's about putting things in, it can literally have to do with manual labor. So for some people, this may be physically building something, but this can also just be, building your career, laying your foundations. And you have the star here. So you really have the potential here now to have a wish fulfillment, to really be recognized. There's a lot of hope and possibility in this card. It's the card that follows the Tower. So the Tower is everything falls down and we get rid of what's false. And the star points us to, it can make us vulnerable, but it does point us to what our new possibilities are. So you're definitely at this point of new possibility here. And, so I feel like this is saying, okay, what's coming into my head specifically is don't give up. You're just about to get what you want. You're putting the work in, the foundation's being built. Maybe you haven't been able to see the structure of the house at this point, but soon you will. Okay, 11th house, this is Aquarius energy. This has to do with your friendships and your hopes and wishes. And yeah, we've got Horus with the 10 of Pentacles. That's interesting because I feel like there's a strong family vibe to this. So for some of you, 11th house sometimes does have to do with family. So there could be a member of your family that's going to be part of a current situation or part of a wish fulfillment for you, or part of a way of achieving your goals, something having to do with this, because 10 of Pentacles has to do with your legacy and what you're leaving behind. Horus can have to do with family, it can have to do with healing, and it can also have to do with your creative process and what it is that you're offering. There's a strong heroic element to this too, so there's a sense, again, of pushing through and getting through something that's difficult, of healing from difficult situations, of being able to, achieve victory and then go, wow, how did I manage to do that? Like, there's definitely a strong element of that here. And I don't know, now this is jumping into my head too. For some people, some kind of legacy, inheritance, or perhaps family money of some type may be part of the key to your wishes here. So take that as it resonates. 12th house, I have Pisces energy, and this is about what you're afraid of, what's unconscious. For some people, it has to do with foreign travel if they are thinking about moving abroad. But you have Isis with the 6 of Pentacles. So I don't know, somebody, I seeing this down here in the 4th house, I do wonder if somebody particularly is worried about their mother. There's also seems to be this idea, 6 of Pentacles indicates almsgiving or charity, or being focused on money that's being gifted or given. Or it could just be, usually they'll show two people who are with their hands out wanting to receive alms from somebody, and the person in the card is facing one person and not the other. So the question is somebody else going to get the attention? Am I not going to get the attention that I need? So it's about equal give and take. So there may be some worries here about equal give and take, perhaps connected to the mother for some people. But nonetheless, there's this definite worry here and this care about stuff. And 6 of Pentacles, I just feel like there may be a concern about whether you're giving too much, whether you're not getting as much in return. Seeing it in this house, I do feel like what's coming into my head is things will kind of equalize. They will all even out. So this is not something I would worry too strongly about. Overall, you've got the winged disc. So winged disc in the center of a reading means that regardless of any other difficulties or opposition that show up, everything's going to be fine. You have it with another 5. You've got, actually, let me see. Now, hang on. 1, 2, 3, and there's another one here I thought I saw. Yeah, you've got all the 5s. Every 5 you have. So this is definitely a time of change for you. This is definitely a time to stop being, engaging in self-limiting beliefs. Stop hanging back. You are on your way to victory here. But you are mentally sabotaging yourself. Don't do that. There's 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and all the 5s in this reading, and the Tower. So I don't know. You may have had some things that have happened. You may have been in self-doubt, may have been questioning yourself recently. But again, this is a lot of self-sabotage. You may be your own worst enemy here, okay? Because everything here looks like it's going to work out very well. You just want to stay the course and don't give up. So that's it for me for this week. Thank you so much for watching, Taurus. Again, please like and subscribe and comment and let me know anything that you want to let me know about this reading. And I wish you a very good week, and I will see you next week.